That could do it. Fly ball to center. Perkins has it. 11 straight wins for the Brewers. Second time this year they've had an 11-game winning streak, and they do it in big fashion today against the Pirates, 14-0.
From MLB.com, this is the Morning Lineup Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Monaghan. Today is Wednesday, August 13th. And do you know what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? I mean, I don't know. I failed every physics test I ever took. But the Raging Hot Brewers went up against the Raging Hot Paul Skeens on Tuesday. And well, Milwaukee may never lose again. There's a new home run king in Mets franchise history, and it's a polar bear. And we had a classic freeway series game that involved Shohei Ohtani hitting into a triple play, Shohei Ohtani hitting a tie-breaking home run, and then Shohei Ohtani's team losing on an Angels walk-off. Oh, and welcome to first place, Seattle Mariners and San Diego Padres. Let's get to it. Paul Skeens was the best pitcher in baseball heading into Tuesday night's matchup with the Brewers. He led the league with a 1.94 ERA. He has 162 Ks to just 34 walks, and in the first inning, he'd given up 0 runs all season. 24 straight scoreless first innings, second all-time to Bob Shawkey, who had 27 straight way back in 1923. But the Brewers' first batter of the game was Sal Frelick, the hit collector. And the hit collector don't care about no first inning records. He just collects hits.
Back to work on Sal, pitch number 7. Fly ball to deep right. It is back. 1-0 Brewers.
That's a good way to start tonight.
A quick 1-0 lead for the best team in baseball, riding their second 10-game winning streak of the season. The Brewers added another run to go up 2-0 on a William Contreras double in the third. And then in the fourth, so nice they named him Bryce Terang.
Terang, deep center. It is back and gone. Another day, another bomb from Bryce.
Man alive, is he on a bender right now? He is hot.
Just the third time in Skeens' career that he'd given up multiple home runs in a game. Skeens gave up 4 total runs after an RBI single to Frelick. The Pirates ace has now allowed 8 earned runs in 2 starts against the Brewers this year. His ERA moves to an embarrassing 2.13. Freddie Peralta, meanwhile, got his 14th win of the season, pitching 6 scoreless with 7 Ks. Christian Yelich added another dinger, his 23rd, to make it 6-0 in an eventual 14-0 rout. The Brewers are now a ridiculous 75-44 on the season, and they've won 11 straight for the second time this season. They can't be stopped. Go eat a sausage to celebrate, or buy a mansion in Wisconsin, or I guess just start watching some of their games. Let's face it, the Mets have not been playing well. They lost 7 straight games entering Tuesday's matchup against the Braves. Their starters forgot how to pitch into the 5th inning. They needed something good to happen, something to get their fans out of their seats. Up 3-1 in the 3rd inning, Pete Alonso, 1 home run away from becoming the greatest slugger in Mets history, gave Citi Field that jolt.
Pete drives one to deep right center field, headed back toward the wall. It's out of here! Out of here! Pete Alonso stands alone! The polar bear on his own private iceberg. Pete Alonso, the most prolific home run hitter in New York Mets history.
Alonso's 253rd home run as a Met, passing the great Darryl Strawberry for the most by any Mets player ever. Alonso would hit a second dinger to make it 254 for his career and 28 on the year. It was all part of 6 home runs, including 2 more from Francisco Alvarez, to give the Mets a 13-5 win. Alonso talked about the magical moment post-game.
Growing up as a kid, you never really put yourself in the mind where like you could potentially be a franchise leader one day in home runs. That just doesn't really cross your mind, and it's just really special. What a blessing, what a gift it is to play this game at this level. What a gift it is to hit it at home in front of you guys. So thank you guys.
The victory kept the Mets 2 games up on the Reds in the 3rd NL wildcard slot after Cincinnati beat the Phillies 6-1 last night. Brady Singer pitched 6 scoreless and Miguel Andujar homered in their victory. With Phillies' loss, the Mets also moved to just 5 games back of them for first place in the NL East. Coming up, do you like triple plays? Do you like Shohei Ohtani home runs? Do you like walk-offs? We got all that and more after the break. The Angels were in trouble. Tied 5-5 in the 6th, the Dodgers had made some noise. putting runners on first and second, and Shohei Ohtani was up at the plate. How could the Halos possibly get out of this one? Well, there was one way.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Lined up the middle. Neto's got it. Steps on second. Throw to first. It's a triple play.
Wow! A pitcher's best friend.
The Angels' 8th triple play in franchise history, and the 3rd by a team this season, and probably, very likely, one of the smoothest you'll ever see. But you know, Shohei would not let that stand as his only highlight from the game. That'd be embarrassing. How about a tie-breaking home run off Kenley Jansen?
The 1-0 pitch. Scalded down the line. Gone! Shohei Ohtani is inevitable.
Shohei's 43rd of the year, but the Angels got the game to extras on a sac fly, and in the 10th, a bunt by Christian Moore got the ghost runner to third, and then Joe Adell walked off LA 7-6 with a wild Baltimore chop over Max Muncy's head. The Angels are now 5-0 against the Dodgers this year, and with their loss, LA falls into a tie for first place with the Padres. San Diego knocked off the Giants 5-1, behind homers by Jackson Merrill and Jose Iglesias' first dinger of 2025. Oh my God, indeed. Elsewhere around the league, the Mariners headed into Tuesday just a game back of the Astros for first place in the AL West. They hadn't been in first place since June 3rd, and George Kirby, who's been pretty great this season, really wanted to get back there. Kirby went 7 scoreless, allowing just 3 hits with 7 Ks in a tight 1-0 Seattle win. And they are now tied for first in the AL West after the Astros got blown out 14-1 by the Red Sox. Alex Bregman, Carlos Narvaez, and Roman Anthony all homered. Dustin May, the red-headed wonder, struck out 8 over 6 scoreless to keep Boston in the second wildcard slot. And unfortunately, some more bad news for Astros fans. Superstar closer Josh Hader was put on the 15-day IL with a shoulder strain. Jose Ramirez's second of 2 home runs gave the Guardians a huge 4-3 win over the Marlins and somehow got Cleveland just 5.5 games back of the Tigers in the Central after they lost to the White Sox 9-6. Jose Ramirez's 27 career multi-home run games set a new club record, breaking a tie with Jim Thome and Albert Bell, 2 men who could probably pick Jose up with 2 of their pinkies. The Blue Jays got their 70th win of the year, best in the AL, beating the Cubs 5-1. Jose Barrios pitched 5 1/3 scoreless, while Darren Varsho hit his 12th homer of the year. The Jays remain 4.5 games up on the Red Sox in the East, while the Cubs fall to 7.5 games back of the Brewers in the NL Central. Aaron Judge is officially back from the IL after belting his 38th dinger of the year in the Yankees' 9-1 stomping of the Twins. Giancarlo Stanton also had 4 hits and a homer, and Carlos Rodon gave up just 1 hit and 1 run over 7. Are the Yankees back? The Yankees might be back. For any other news and scores, head on over to MLB.com. That's all for today's morning lineup. Mandy Bell will be back with you tomorrow. Who should you watch today? The Brewers, of course. And they're on during lunchtime. You can eat that sausage while watching the Brew Crew, after all. Brandon Woodruff will take on Mitch Keller at 2:10 Eastern on MLB.tv and MLB Network. They'll try to get to 12 straight games, their longest win streak since their 13-0 start in 1987. And as always, please don't forget to leave us a rating and a review, share this podcast with the baseball lovers in your life, and enjoy all of the games today.